What's going on? What's going on, guys? I hope you guys are doing well. And we are back again with another stream. And today is gonna be a really good one. What we have in store. We'll be talking about fasting, benefits of fasting, and we'll be talking about how to fast, basically, and what are the advantages of fasting as well, and ADHD, what to do about it, what does it look like, because a lot of the time people tend to have ADHD and they have no idea that they have it, and they have no idea how to actually determine that they dealing with it. So we have a lot planned for you guys, and we're gonna have fun. And today we're gonna be reacting to Samson Dauda. Dauda. And who is he? He's basically Mr. Olympian. Here we are. And basically he's really big in the bodybuilding world. And he's a Nigerian British bodybuilder. And basically there's a video that he made of different women from different ages reacting to how they see him, how does it based on his physique. And it's gonna be very exciting to show you guys, to go through this with you guys, to see how these women, what are the ways the thoughts and the feelings about him as a bodybuilder. So moving on, I hope you guys are doing well again, and we're gonna get right to the show. Basically, let's see. First, we're gonna talk about what's going on, what's new, what the world is saying, what's going on around the world. So let's go. The first video that we have here is
UK government has just demanded secret backdoor access into Apple.
Yeah, this story is very important because it really touched me, because privacy is something that's constantly been changing for the sake of security. And there's always a reason why the government want to have us give away our privacy. And this is actually new for all Apple users, for all iPhone users. This is actually could be potentially terrible news, to hear. And let's see what he has to say about basically the data protection.
Apple's users' encrypted data, and if allowed, it could set a concerning global precedent. You see, Apple has a feature on its iCloud called Advanced Data Protection, and all content stored in this way is end-to-end encrypted, meaning no one apart from the user can see it, not even Apple. The UK government, like US agencies before them, don't like this. They argue that Apple's encryption prevents law enforcement from accessing crucial evidence to combat terrorism, child exploitation, and other serious crimes. And so, now they are reportedly ordering Apple under the Investigatory Powers Act of 2016 to create a backdoor into their encrypted iCloud backups. This would grant British officials access to users' data not just in the UK, but around the world. And one step further, Apple would also not be permitted to alert users that their encryption was compromised. And technically, under the Investigatory Powers Act, it would be a criminal offense for Apple to even reveal that this demand had been made. So what do you guys think? Should they be granted access or not?
Yeah, this is actually terrible news for people who wants to keep their privacy. And the government have their own reason for actually wanting to have access to our iPhones. But is it actually something that we really want? Is it something that we are okay with? And at the end of the day, it might not be our choice, because they have a good reason for initiating this privacy concern or privacy access. So moving on, and my favorite sport is basketball, for someone of you who doesn't know this. And over the last week, there was basically a basketball accident, and basically I want to share this with you guys and get some reaction out of it.
Mavs brand new power forward Anthony Davis went down with a non-contact injury today during his debut. Let's break this down. We're going to see AD backpedaling here, and he's going to turn to his right.
So basically, Anthony Davis, he got an injury without no one touching him. It seems like it just happened out of the blue. but there's an explanation to it. You know, sometimes you can get injured by the way you move, or yeah, basically this is, and this situation is just the way that he moved. It was not properly coordinated, and his was off balance, and this is what actually happened to him.
And abduct that right hip outward. In this position, both his legs are abducted, aka both his legs are moving away from the midline of his body as he moves side to side. Then the right leg moves his hip into adduction. Right when he does that, you'll see him grimace and instantly reach for that groin area. This angle here shows that knee is flexed, and notice how that sudden lateral movement and change in direction places a high valgus force on the knee. In the next sequence, that right foot lands flat while being externally rotated. This is going to place a significant eccentric load on the adductors, especially the adductor longus, as they try to help stabilize the hip. If the force exceeds the muscle's capacity, a strain occurs, especially in the proximal tendon near the pubic bone. Immediately after this, he walked off and he was grabbing that groin area. This is virtually the same area he was grabbing at 11 days ago when he was reported to have an abdominal injury while with the Lakers. The area of concern is located here at the front of the pelvis near the pubic bone. This rectus abdominis muscle up here inserts down at the front of the pelvis, as well as this adductor longus or groin muscle here. Sometimes this region where the rectus abdominis.
And this is completely possible, right? Because at first, when I just saw it the first time, I was thinking that, okay, is he actually hurt? Is he pretending? It's just, if is this real, basically? But then I started to think myself, growing up playing sports, or what it was, football. Especially in football, this sort of injury is very possible to happen. But I was playing football, and if you're a football player, if you love playing football, that you can relate, because make one move, and basically my foot, I almost did a split, and that kind of hurt me. But with this injury, with him, that's basically different, because what really happened is just basically he moved wrongly, and when it comes to basketball, is a high pace sport, so you can easily get injured in such ways that, you know, it wouldn't seem like a way that you will get injured, and a lot of people wouldn't believe that, okay, he actually get injured like this, but it really did happen.
Mavs brand new power forward Anthony Davis went down with a non-eccentric load on the.
Okay, let's move a bit
days ago when he was reported to have an abdominal injury while with the Lakers. The area of concern is located here at the front of the pelvis near the pubic bone. This rectus abdominis muscle up here inserts down at the front of the pelvis, as well as this adductor longus or groin muscle here. Sometimes this region where the rectus abdominis inserts into the pubis and transitions into the aponeurosis with the adductor gets torn, and this causes a core injury. A sports hernia is where you have weakening of the fascial layer here involving the inguinal region, which is also a differential to consider for this injury. Now, if this is a re-injury of the original injury, they're typically worse, and his post-game comments suggest it's most likely a groin strain, which do average 1 to 3 weeks out if it's a grade 1, grade 2 is 4 to 8 weeks. If it's a core or sports hernia, you can expect a multi-week absence, and some of these do require surgery. Let's hope that's not the case. An MRI would be the next step in management. Wishing AD a safe and speedy recovery.
Yeah, so do I. Because it's really painful. It's really painful, and it sucks because he just got traded, and I can imagine as a basketball player, he wants to play basketball, and he don't want to spend so much time off the court. As long as he can do the thing that he loves, which is playing basketball, he want to get back on the court. But unfortunately, that is part of life. Sometimes things happen which are out of your control, and the only thing you can really do about it is simply learn from it and be able to move on as quick as possible and basically recover. And this is the process that he's actually in right now, the recovering process. So, all right. So now we've got that out of the way. You've talked about some news that can be very important for you. We talk about the privacy that might change, or the lack of privacy that could lie in our future. Is privacy something that is really important for you? Because when it comes to, you know, privacy or security, which one would you choose? Do you want to be more secure, or secure, or you want to have more privacy? Because it goes hand in hand. Sometimes or if not the majority of the time, if you want to be more secure, that means a lot of the time you have to diminish or decrease the amount of privacy you have, and vice versa. If you want to be more private, sometimes you have to be more secure also. But it really depends. But the main question is, which one do you prefer? Do you prefer to have a private life, to live a sort of private life, or you don't mind giving your privacy in order to feel or to be more safe? And it's the way that you live in, or the country, the location where you are right now. Do you feel safe? And do you feel safe in the world right now in general? All right, so we're gonna get also back.
That's brand new power forward Anthony Davis went down with a non-contact injury today during his debut.
So let's beam. Let's go. Let's learn something. Let's actually talk about something that can be relevant for our life.
What is a female cat called?
Female cat called?
Catchy.
Yeah, I'm talking about laughter. I'm talking about keeping things light. Smile.
Catchy or cotton? What's it called? Cotton. What is a female dog called? Doggy. Okay, thank you, Uncle.
That one was a good one. When I saw it, I'm like, okay, I gotta share this one.
What is a female cat called?
Female cat called?
Catchy. Catchy or cotton? What's it called? Cotton. What is a female dog called? Doggy. Okay, thank you, Uncle.
All right, that was actually hilarious. Let's see, next one. So this shade trying to lift a woman like Tyler. This exactly. First, before you do something, know and measure the capacity of your strength. Know what you're capable of, and also know what you are not capable of. And just because somebody else do it, it doesn't mean that you can do it maybe at that moment, but maybe it's something that you should consider first, if it's possible for you, before you embarrass yourself. So in the talk of embarrassment, let's see this embarrassment.
What the fuck is he doing?
Or I'm sorry for her, because that's like, yeah, it's embarrassing, and it's a fall. That's gonna be hurting. All right, so moving on.
How the fuck you need two?
All right, the AMP, but top 5 funniest Duke tennis moments.
Bro, come on, man. Yo, shut the fuck up. Yo, why are you laughing? You just lost weight. Bro. Why you mad at me?
He makes everything happen around us, but without him, none of this shit is possible. She's going to film the video. What you trying to say? Nah.
So basically, Kai trying to raise just like Duke. And it's actually funny.
What, bro? Now, my friends just
because the main thing you can do is to always be yourself.
look at this.
Well, I knew it was something.
Bro, get out, bro. Like, damn.
You so lame.
Nah, hold on. I'm gonna call you back. Bro, you let him. I'm fucking mad. What the fuck is you doing, bro? Bro, a nigga never want to see me shit.
hold on,
Fuck you, bro.
This right here, I'm in there like.
Talk about a way to say shut up.
What to say that your video's been helping me, and 4 of my closest friends died a few years ago.
No, I was not.
He didn't want to do that. I know that feeling.
No, somebody said L. Reader.
Why and okay.
I swear to God.
4 of my best friends died a few years ago, and one of them died.
I swear to God, I'm not laughing. I'm saying, I swear to God, no. I swear to God, I'm not laughing. For thumbnails or something. Got robbed the other day.
Yeah, sometimes, you know, when you want to laugh, it's hard to actually hold yourself back. So can be embarrassing, can be very inappropriate, especially at this situation that his followers were basically mentioning a tragedy, a really sad story that they are going through, but laughing is not a laughing matter. All right, so let's get to some things that is more helpful for you. That if you are going through some things in your life, this, for example, fasting. And
what happens?
Okay, so how to do intermittent fasting. How to do intermittent fasting. Basically, this is a holistic guide that you could use. First, what does it do? Let's get an understanding of intermittent fasting.
What happens every few hours, a 3-day water fast? Hours 0 to 12. You're still digesting some of the food. Your insulin is still a little high. Remember, the higher the insulin is, the more resistant you are to insulin. For longevity purposes, we want to be sensitive to insulin. The less insulin it takes to regulate our blood sugar, the longer our lifespan. Hours 12 to 18, fat burning begins. Insulin starts to fall, and the body is beginning to enter a state of ketosis, where it's shifting from burning sugar to beginning to burn fats.
All right, so now we are talking about how to intermittent fasting, and this is a holistic guide. Intermittent fasting is an eating pattern. So basically, a lot of people don't know what it is. What is intermittent fasting? It is an eating pattern that rotates between period of fasting and eating. And here are some convenient methods to practice intermittent fasting. So there are different methods out there, basically different, how should I say this? Different configurations that people use when it comes to intermittent fasting. So we have the 16-8 method. So basically what this is about is fast for 16 hours and eat within an 8-hour window daily. For example, if you stop or you leave a window between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. to eat. Basically, this is the first method, the 16-8 method. The other method that you have is this 5-2 diet. So basically what this is about is eat normally for 5 days a week and limit calories intake to 500 to 600 calories on the other 2 days that you actually are not fasting. So basically what this is saying is that you 7 days of the week, right? You use 5 days to basically fast. Yeah? And the 2 days that are left, you use these 2 days to drastically lower the amount of calories that you actually consume. So keep it between 500 and 600 calories that you consume. And on the third method that you could use is eat, stop, eat. What this method speaks about and what is it about is perform a 24-hour fast once or twice a week. So that will definitely give you a lot of benefits, which we're going to actually get to. And as time goes by, we're going to talk about the benefits of fasting. And the last method, the fourth one, is alternate day fasting. So what is alternate day fasting about? Fast every other day, either by complete fasting or limit intake to 500 to 600 calories on fasting days. So basically, every other day you do a fast. You fast. Basically, you can use just water fast and not eating anything at all. Or you limit the amount of calories that you eat. You keep it between 500 to 600 calories on the days that you are fasting, basically. So I'm going to talk about how to actually go about doing it. But first, let's continue on with
what happens every few hours a 3-day water fast. Hours 0 to 12. You're still digesting some of the food. Your insulin is still a little high. Remember, the higher the insulin is, the more resistant you are to insulin. For longevity purposes, we want to be sensitive to insulin. The less insulin it takes to regulate our blood sugar, the longer our lifespan. Hours 12 to 18, fat burning begins. Insulin starts to fall and the body is beginning to enter a state of ketosis where it's shifting from burning sugars to beginning to burn fats. Between hours 18 and 24, ketosis is well underway and a hormone called glucagon is rising. Counteracts the action of insulin by stimulating the liver to turn stored glucose into sugars. Now, between 24 and 48
Please like the stream if you're watching.
hours. This is when the real magic begins. Autophagy, the body turning on itself to become more efficient at waste elimination, repair, detoxification. You're literally cleaning your body out at a cellular level. Now, between hours 48 and 54, human growth hormone surges at this point to help us repair tissues. Not just muscle, but all kinds of tissues in the body have receptors for growth hormone, and this actually helps with the repair process, and it helps us better sustain prolonged periods of caloric restriction. Now, hours 54 to 72, insulin is increasing its sensitivity. And autophagy, this process of cellular turnover and regeneration, peaks.
All right. So, how to actually start? How to actually start intermittent fasting, or IF for short? And basically, first of all, we've talked about the 4 methods that are possible: the 16-8 method, the 5-by-2 diet, the eat, stop, eat method, and alternating day fasting. How to start? First thing you want to do when you want to go in an intermittent fasting period, choose a method that fits your lifestyle and goal, because your lifestyle, everyone have different time of the day that they do different things, and that tends to be our lifestyle, and all the activities that you do on a daily basis. So you have to choose which one fits your lifestyle. And one key thing that I need to mention that is very important is, because we're talking about fasting here, one key thing that is very important for you to do is to always try your best to break your fast with a liquid-like food. So specifically, it could be tea, it could be soup, preferably would be ideal. If you're not in a liquid fast, you can just basically do water, something that is light, like for example legumes or salad. That is very important because you need to give your body time to start up again, or to basically to process the food. So the third step, start gradually, perhaps with a 12-hour fast, and extend as you adapt. So that means a lot of the time, it might be that you are not ready yet to have a long period of fasting phase. So let's say you want to start small. So let's say you begin by a 12 hours fast, and then over time you can build up the hours that you fast. It depends on the goal that you want to do, because some people want to do a 1-day fast or 3 days fast, 7 days, or even more. But that's also something that you build over time, because also not only that you want to be doing the fasting, but you want to also train your body to operate in that way. And also you want to be able to focus to do activities and based on your lifestyle as you are fasting. And stay hydrated during fasting period. Ideally, when you want to stay hydrated, we're gonna talk about this later. The things you could use to stay hydrated. But ideally, you want to use water, fresh water, or it depends also, because there are different types of fasting. Because you can do a juice fast, natural juices fast, or smoothie fast, which is all natural juices also again. And so that will definitely help to give your body what it needs to carry out the cleaning process. And the fifth and last thing that you want to do to know how to start fasting, basically, let's say on eating days or during eating windows, focus on nutritious, dense diet. So basically a balanced diet. When you're fasting, of course, you know, let's say for example, you use the 16-8 method. So where you start, basically you have 16 hours of fasting and you have 8 hours window to eat. So let's say for example, during this 8-hour window when you are eating, try to get the best meal possible. And by that I mean natural foods, because that's definitely what your body needs, because you don't want to be fasting, and because the goal of fasting is to make your body to be more ideal and to basically to help your body function even much better. And you don't want to be fasting and at the same time you're eating junk food. You want to eat something that is nutritionally dense and a balanced meal. So in the topic of balanced meal, what are some tips for success? Because they are that can make the entire process more successful. So the first thing that you want to do is to eat high fiber food, because it will help you to feel fuller during eating period. Because when you are eating, of course, you can imagine when you're fasting, it depends on the amount of hours that you're fasting. Let's say we took the 16 hours, you are fasting for 16 hours. And during the 16 hours period of time, you want to have a decent amount of energy to keep you going throughout your day, right? So the thing you want to eat are high fiber food. So what are these food like? Here are some few sources of high fiber food. But first, fiber food what are the benefits of fiber food? It has a lot of different benefits that you can see here. It promotes weight loss, lower blood sugar, fighting constipation, bloating, boosting health, feeding friendly gut bacteria. And there's a lot of different reasons why you should, definitely have fiber in your life and your meals per se. And this table also indicate different amount of, based on your age, how much fiber you should be eating daily. All right. I think all of this you can basically read it on your own, but the things I want to focus on is the foods that are fiber filled. So the first one, 22 high fiber food to eat. The first one is pears, and the second one, strawberries, of course, avocado, oats, apples, raspberries, banana, carrots, beets, broccoli, artichoke, Brussels sprouts. I'm not sure if many of you guys like Brussels sprouts. We are number 12, I believe that was 8, right? No, we are. Oh no, it's 22. So let's move further. Lentils, kidney beans, split peas, chickpeas, and you can see the amount of fibers each food type actually have whenever you consume it. All right, we have quinoa, popcorn. Popcorn has a lot of fiber. Very, very, very helpful. Almond, chia seed. So chia seed, if you want to get the most amount of fiber, chia seed is one of the ways to go, because especially if when you're making your smoothies and you're making your shakes, you can add some chia seeds in there, or just simply in your water. It's so many ways that you can use to consume chia seed. Sweet potatoes, dark chocolate. That was it. So you have this list of different fibers, and right now we have identified the food group that has the most amount of fiber is chia seed. All right, so that will help. And one thing that you can actually identify as well, one thing that you've seen when it comes to this fiber food, is that all of them are natural food. Natural. So this is where you get the most amount of fibers from. So eating fast food, fiberless. Eating junk food, fiberless. If you're gonna be doing these things, if you're gonna be eating fast, junk food, and all of these unhealthy or unbalanced type of food, so your best approach to doing this is, if you're gonna do it, but I don't really advise it, of course not, because even in the fasting rules we say you want to use nutritionally dense meals and a balanced meal. So now, also, another thing that you want to do during the fasting is the Q-tip. A tip for success is high protein foods. So let's take a look of different food. Let's take a fast look of different food that are high in protein, if that would definitely help you with during your fasting period. So the first one is egg, of course. I mean, we should know that egg is full of full of protein. Almond, so this is like a win-win. Almond is very high in fiber and protein. Where was it? Almond, I believe it was a bit higher up, or not. See this. Almond. Oh yeah, here we are. 19. So it has 13.3 grams of fiber. And it's number 2 when it comes to amount of proteins that it has. Chicken breast, cottage cheese, let's see, Greek yogurt, what else? All right, let's do milk, lentils, lean beef, fish, of course, and quinoa, protein powder, Ezekiel bread. I haven't heard of that. I haven't tried this type of bread. Pumpkin seed, of course, turkey breast, shellfish, peanuts and peanut butter. Yeah, these are different high protein meals that can definitely help you during your fasting period. And so this was the first key to success for your fasting, depending on the strategy that you use, depending on strategy that you use that is based on your lifestyle. And the second tip for success is to avoid overeating during non-fasting times. So a lot of the time, when you're fasting and you can be thinking that, okay, it's been such a long time that I haven't eaten anything, let's say 16 hours. So I might splurge myself. I might as well just splurge myself and just go all out. But you don't want to do that because, your body can go into, it's not going to be a good way to digest your food, basically. So the other thing is that very important key is consider consulting a healthcare professional before starting fasting, especially if you're dealing with a medical condition, because I'm not saying that you should definitely do it, but I'm saying this: if you're going to be doing fasting, intermittent fasting rather, you want to be actually 100% yourself. Remember, because it could be that you're using some medications that are not going to be beneficial for this actual goal. So you want to first consult with your healthcare professional first to know if it's okay, to get a green light to begin your fasting. And the last thing that I want to say about intermittent fasting is, remember, intermittent fasting may not be suitable for everyone, and it's essential to listen to your body and to adjust accordingly. So again, it's almost the same thing, the same situation when it comes to consult with your healthcare professional first, because this might not be for everyone. But if you're a healthy person, if you are not dealing with also health issues or that you know of, it shouldn't be that much, of a risk for you to do it. But also, again, if you're gonna actually do intermittent fasting, do it at your own risk. But these are certain key points that can help you, and I hope it's gonna be something. If you do decide to do intermittent fasting, let me know in the comment section which option did you use based on your lifestyle. All right, moving on. So this
what happens every few hours, a 3-day water fast. Hours.
Yeah. And now we're gonna still stick to fasting. Because now this is actually someone who's doing it daily, and this is their lives, and she's been doing this for over 10 years now. And she's basically saying some of the tips, the things, my fasting schedule. Let's learn something. very tasty. Making me hungry right now. All right, we can look at her plate. A lot of the food that we have identified that are gonna be beneficial, helpful to take your fasting, your intermittent fasting to another level. It's all here actually. You can see the chicken breast, the Brussels sprout, broccoli. It's really complete. All right, this was interesting. What are the main benefits of fast and of intermittent fasting? So, fasting, because that's something I'm pretty sure you have heard it somewhere. If you haven't, I thanks that you're gonna be able to hear it now with me. But what are the benefits? Why do people actually, put themselves through this, what some people might call torture, of just basically spending period of time that you just could be that you don't eat anything at all, or you just consuming liquid. It could be water fast or juice fast. Why do people actually do this? So the main benefit of intermittent fasting include weight loss. This is one of the reasons why people do it. Weight loss. It helps to reduce caloric intake, leading to weight loss. It also promotes fat burning by switching the body's energy source from glucose to stored fat during fasting period. We already talked about this, because in the video with the when the guy was actually saying what happens to your body when we end our water fast, when he was breaking down the time to the hour after hour breakdown of what happens to your body. So now fasting, as you can imagine, if you're spending 16 hours without eating, of course your body is gonna definitely lose some weight. This is one of the first benefit of intermittent fasting. Moving on to the second benefit, improve insulin sensitivity. Again, this has to do with a lot of the time with people who are diabetic or who can develop the worst disease, or one of the worst diseases, which is diabetes. So it basically improves insulin sensitivity. So lowers fasting insulin level and reduce insulin resistance, which can help prevent and manage type 2 diabetes. This is actually a good thing. It's a win-win. And the other part is heart health. So intermittent fasting, it improves cardiovascular markers such as blood pressure, cholesterol, triglyceride, reducing the risk of heart disease. That's actually good news, because heart diseases are very common, and it's one of the worst thing, actually, another worst disease that people can actually develop. I don't know why God made these things actually possible for us, but as human beings, we are not perfect. This is the things that we have to go through. So moving on, reduce the fourth reason why intermittent fasting, why people do it. What are the benefits of intermittent fasting? It reduces inflammation. So what does that mean? It decreases inflammation, which is linked to chronic disease like arthritis, Alzheimer's, and asthma, and also other diseases that we can develop. So it reduces inflammation. Basically, it makes your body somewhat more alkaline. And you can imagine during the period, if your body is cleaning itself or having a cleansing period, of course, your body is gonna be stronger. And the other part is the fifth reason why people do it is enhanced brain function. Studies suggest that IF, which is intermittent fasting, improves memory, cognitive function, and may reduce the risk of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. So that's actually even awesome news. Not only that we can live our lives for, if God actually allow it, that we can live for longer, but also, we can have our full brain capacity if that's actually, a case that we can have our brain capacity remain with us throughout our years. That's actually, something good to have, So another reason, the sixth reason why people do intermittent fasting is cellular repair and autophagy. During fasting, the body initiates autophagy. Oh, what this is, let's see. What is autophagy? A process where cells remove damaged components which may produce against aging and diseases like cancer. So that's actually even a good news, because cancer is also another terrible disease to have. And another thing, on the seventh reason, is longevity. An animal study, I can imagine a lot of us, we would want to live not just a healthy lives, but we want to live long, right? So intermittent fasting says this. An animal study indicated that intermittent fasting may extend lifespan by improving metabolic health and cellular repair mechanism. That's really, good news. I'm not trying to sell this to you guys, but I'm just presenting you guys the facts. You can choose to do whatever you want with it, but this is what it is. The eighth reason why people do intermittent fasting is simplicity and adaptability. Unlike calorie content diet, IF is straightforward and it can be adapted to various lifestyle and dietary preferences. So it's one of the methods that is very flexible. You can make it adaptive to your lifestyle. So let's say, for example, it could be, sometimes some people can say, well, when it comes to fasting, they don't know how they're gonna do it because they have a busy life, or they're afraid of fainting, just like that. If you have a history of fainting, possibly the best thing to do if you're gonna do intermittent fasting is, for sure, is to be safe, is to be ready for it. And the way you do that is to go to your general practitioner, to your healthcare provider, and have a conversation with them about this, because it's better to be safe than sorry. And also, a lot of people are concerned what it's gonna do to them. Is it gonna be a positive thing? Already, we have discussed the benefits. Again, while these benefits are promising, it is essential to consult your healthcare professional. I already said this, because of health condition that you might be facing. But all in all, I've done multiple. Let me see this. Intermittent fasting is something that I constantly do in my life daily, and I cannot say about the longevity, but I'm still here alive. Cellular repair, it's very simple to adapt. Basically, it's just basically it. For me, the 16-8 method is what I use, and sometimes it changes. And basically, I have a window that I eat and a window that I don't eat. So that's really helpful for you guys, and I hope that's something that you guys, if you want to, that you will try out. All right. Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's move forward. Now, we are about close to the main event. Actually, we are now in the main event, because the main event is this. A lot of the time, people are just everywhere, especially some people, they just, for some reason, they are lazy. They don't have the motivation or the inspiration. They make up excuses, whatever, reasons to actually not train, to stay the same. But this guy we're gonna talk about, Samuel, he's very big in terms of his body size, his muscle, and that comes with a lot of hard work. So now, with his success, it attracts many eyes. People just want to see his physicality, and at the same time, people want to pay him to perform in different scenarios or different times. So now we're gonna see the reaction of women from different age groups. How do they actually see a person like this? Because a lot of the time, it could be very easy for us to say, okay, well, when it comes to being massive, a lot of the time as guys, we are, we can truly appreciate it. We can say, oh, dude, you look big, man, bro. Like, how do you train? How much time do you train per week? Trying to have a conversation about that. But when it comes to the ladies, a lot of the time they don't say what they like, and if they like a man who has this amount of muscle, who are super muscular. So now let's talk about this. How do different women approach? What are their thoughts? How do they feel about a guy who's so muscular? Let's get right into it. During the stream, guys, if you have a question, you can please ask.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hi.
How you doing?
I'm good.
Cannot believe her eyes.
Hi.
Samson.
It's so nice to meet you. Oh my god. Hi.
How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Whoa. Hello.
Yes, guys, this is Chinese. This is in Chinese, so maybe you should learn it. I'm kidding.
How you doing?
Good, good. How are you?
I'm good. Hello.
Wow. I'm sorry. Wow, you're the just like.
Nope. How you doing?
Andy, what are you doing? There she goes. There she goes. Wow. Andy.
I'm not sure if it's because of the muscle size, or I'm not sure if it's because of the muscle or just because it's a black man. I don't know, but we will see. Let's go forward.
Do you have a six pack?
Yes.
Can I see your six pack?
Yeah, that will be definitely, terrible. I mean, if he's that big, if he's been training for so long, because to be that size, you have to train for a long period of time and eat a lot of. It's a lot of dedication and hard work. Imagine all this amount of dedication and hard work to be this size, and you have no muscle, and you don't have no six pack, no abs. That would be terrible. But let's see. Does he have six pack? Does he have abs? And is it something that you like?
Ooh.
You guys want some soup?
Ooh.
They are barely there.
You guys want some soup?
So, can you bench press me?
How much you weigh?
I weigh 40 kilograms.
Easy.
Bench press 3 or 4 of you.
Where are you from?
I'm from England.
England.
Yeah, originally from Nigeria. Are you from here?
No, I'm from Mongolia.
All right. Oh, nice.
I have to say that you are the biggest human I've ever seen. You're like the real life Incredible Hulk.
Oh, thanks. I mean, well, we've been doing this for a long time, so it just kind of comes to the territory after a while. You always stick out. So when you go to the place like airport, supermarket, and you
Yeah, but it's true though, because guys like this gets a lot of attention, because it's hard to see somebody this big and not look. It's.
What about it? Yeah, I know. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, I know.
First time meeting someone of your size. So, wow. You're
I think she likes him, chat.
incredibly impressive, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
Do you eat diet?
Yes, I eat quite regularly. I mean, for me, I kind of eat. I get about 6 meals a day.
So I know, like,
6
you're very important
meals
and
a
very
day.
busy. So I'm only
that's
going to
fine.
ask super serious questions, okay?
Sure.
Okay. Scale of 1 to 10. How strong are you?
I'm saying probably about an 8.
If you're an 8, who's a 10?
You get strong man. You get guys that are really guys that actually dedicate themselves purely on lifting really heavy.
Right, the power lifters.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Because I was a flight attendant for 2.5
It is true though, because power lifters, they are super strong. Basically, for him, his goal could be just, to be bigger, to be muscular. But power lifters, it's all about lifting heavy weights. And they are super strong, and they can be basically his size, but stronger than him.
years. I never saw anybody as big as you as a passenger.
I see when I was traveling, I was flying to Texas, and I go on a plane, and I couldn't fit in the seat.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if you always had to fly like business class. I didn't even know business or first was big enough for you.
Business class is not so bad. I think business class is still fits. I think most of the time it's my wife that gets the brunt of it because she got to sit next to me. And this half takes up half her shoulder, the other half takes up half the aisle. So it's like constantly like, okay, I'm playing dodgeball with people going past.
What about drinking, like drinking alcohol? Do you drink?
Not often. I mean, for me, it's only in occasions like, if we are going out for celebrating something, and we don't really get much of that often, sort of time in it,
So how do you release your stress, like, if you don't drink?
I go out, I do everything else. I can still have fun, I still travel, and I
wife.
do a lot of walking. So for me,
You got a wife.
that is my stress relief. That is what I love to do.
Hobbies, well, go for a walk. I mean, that's something that helps him.
Can you show me a push-up?
Yeah, sure. Push up like that.
Can I sit on top?
Oh yeah, you can.
Just this?
Yep.
You want him. You can push her easy.
If you think you're an 8, do you think you can beat me in arm wrestling?
Yeah, as men, I believe you should be able to do some push-ups with your girl. Just put her in your back and do some push-ups, man.
Can we test you guys? Is it possible?
Yeah.
Okay, arm wrestling. How? Do we have a table? Are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
Go.
No, you have to do it for real.
I am doing it for real.
No.
Look, my muscles flexing.
Okay.
I'm doing it for real.
She wants him to do it for real, but how realistic is that? I mean, for sure he's gonna win. I mean, you want him to be serious? This is not a serious ask.
Okay, so can we say that I won?
I think if you get another inch lower, then we can officially call you a win. One more, almost there. Oh no, what happened?
Darn it.
Can you do a push-up?
Of course not. I can only do a girl. I can only do a girl push-up, not a boy push-up.
Yeah, that's a good one. Let me see.
No, I can't do it. I'll probably just fall.
I just did like 5. You gotta do 1. Ready? 1.
I can't.
2. 1 more. 3. Yes. See, that's cool. But you see now you're
So do you get tired asking you to flex for them?
I mean, after a while, you kind of like, yeah, I've heard that a lot of times. But at the same time, you always got to look.
I mean, I can imagine that's annoying after a while because, especially, I mean, after a while, a lot of things, almost everything can be annoying, especially, if they caught him, in the bad moment, on the wrong time. That could be annoying, but it is a lifestyle. It is a choice that he made. So sometimes you just got to suck it up. If somebody asks you to flex, it depends on the location, of course. I mean, if he's at the gym, it's no problem. But if he's in, in church, for example, or in a building that he's not supposed to be doing this thing, he shouldn't do it.
But different that you're not something everybody sees.
Yeah.
So for you, it's just another one. For some most people, it's the first time. So you have to always be open-minded in that, and they're gonna be that way about it. So yeah.
You're like a bodybuilder, right?
Yeah.
You work out a lot. What type, body type is your?
Well, preference.
Yeah, preference.
I don't think I have like a preference anymore because when I was young, young guys, we always like slim girls, big ass tits. Like that used to be our thing, I started realizing you can't be like this anymore. Everybody has something interesting to offer.
Mm-hmm.
So
Is that true, fellas? Is that true?
I like very interesting people. I like people that have a story,
So you don't see body.
You still see body because I'm a man. You still see body, but if you can't speak and have a conversation, that doesn't work, you know. So yeah. So,
How much do you work out?
6 days a week, an hour a day. Do you work out?
Yes, I do.
Oh, nice. What do you do?
I do cheerleading.
Well, it doesn't seem like this. We said he work out 6 days a week, 1 hour a day. A lot of people might think that he spent his entire day at the gym, but it doesn't seem that much actually. Just 1 hour every 6 days a week. That is manageable.
Nice. Wow. You show me any of your cheerleading skills?
I can do tumbling.
Oh yeah, let's see. Oh wow. Wow. That's really, I wish I could do that.
Do you have cheat meal?
Oh yeah. I love pizza.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, so, yeah, see, yeah.
Do you eat often, like cheat meal?
80% would be like clean food, and then 20% would be whatever I want it to be.
Okay.
So majority of my meals would just be like your regular day, you know, chicken, steak, rice, oats, those kind of things. And then after that, the next 20% is, you know, if I want to have pizza, I can have pizza. If I want to have any kind of noodles or anything like that.
I thought bodybuilder have to eat chicken breast every day.
Oh no, you eat chicken breast every day, but that's not just, you eat other things as well, you know. You know, most people think that it's just rice and chicken and nothing else, but you have to vary your food. So I eat different things, you know, steak, fish, salmon, all those kind of things. They all come together for me. If you just eat chicken and breast every day, you'd be bored. You know, so you get to enjoy different style of food every time. So yeah.
And I wanted to ask you.
Yeah, that is true, guys, because a lot of the time some people think that it's just let's say his cheating meals. He didn't talk about it yet, I believe. And he says he have a split of 80-20. So 20% of the time he has cheat meals, basically eating the things that he actually like, which can be somewhat not healthy. And 80% is most healthy things, most healthy stuff. So the things probably he might not like to eat them, or the amount of it he might not prefer, but it is some things that he needs for his muscle to grow, for his overall body to support his goal. So it takes a lot of food, 6 times per day, to actually maintain that size, including training, of course.
What is your plan for surviving the zombie apocalypse?
Be the biggest guy around and no one can take down.
Okay, biggest guy. Can you take me with you during the zombie apocalypse?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, all right.
I said it. I knew it. She liked him.
If I'm going to be on your team, I feel safe then.
Yeah.
Have you been
She's shooting her shot.
bullied?
Not so much, no.
Not so much.
No.
How often do you work out?
6 days a week. I have normally 1 day off and just have rest in there, but we don't live in the gym as people think, you know. People think like...
Exactly. Just what I meant. You don't need to live in the gym. You don't need to train that much. It's not like hours. I mean, some people can do it. You can spend hours at the gym, but it doesn't mean that you're going to go for 6 days or 7 days a week. But it really takes a lot of, a good plan, basically motivation, and you got to stay focused, discipline, of course.
Okay, and what is your go-to song at karaoke?
I don't sing. I mean, come on, I got this big, deep voice, man. If I sing,
Yeah, imagine that. Imagine him singing.
I'd say though, I'll break
Not even happy birthday.
Like singing and flexing at the same time.
Happy birthday to
Happy
you.
birthday to you. You see, that even sounds intimidating to anybody.
Yes.
So how long is
Hour and a half, max.
Wow.
And that's it.
maximum 1 hour?
Maximum 1.5 hours.
that's-
1.5 hours. So
okay.
yeah, when you're like this size, you're in the gym for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah,
No, it
like
doesn't.
at least 2 hours, I thought.
All right, next question. If you were a bird, what kind of bird would you be?
Yeah, well,
Okay. You can see for like miles away.
that's actually a really good answer, because a hawk, they see everything, they're quick, and they strike hard, and they fly super high.
Exactly. You can fly both.
But not as high as an eagle, though.
See her pick out fish, and as you dive down, grab them. Come on, this is the coolest thing ever. I think I want to be one now.
You are a hawk. That would work absolutely.
So I have some health questions
Yes,
for you
of
that
course.
I'm concerned about as I'm getting older. How do you manage pain, like joint pain and inflammation?
What we tend to do is, you know, I'm always on joint supplements, but the most thing is being able to recognize and be careful what you're doing.
Can you continue to bodybuild and work out until you're like 60, 70 or older? Or?
Yeah, because Arnold right now, he's 78. You probably won't be able to do it at the level of competitively.
Yeah.
But you can carry on doing it in the gym and just staying in that, you're trying to keep young by doing that, being very active, you know. I think the gym I go to, there's a guy that's been there, he goes, man, he was 98, and he comes to the gym still with his walking stick, and he goes on the treadmill and he walks for 20 minutes. So for me, I'm like, wow, I look at that and go, man, okay, yeah, I get it.
He's an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wanted to ask you, like, if you could magically have like some kind of junk food that did not affect prep, what would you just eat forever?
Pizza.
If you could. Pizza? Okay. Have you had pizza here in Korea yet?
I have not.
For me, I really don't know what can I eat forever though, because there's so much food out there. So many things to eat. I'm like, why would I want to do that? You know, I don't even want to entertain that idea of that I have to, if I had a chance or choice to make of eating one food for my entire life, which would it be? Do you know if you had to choose one food to eat for your entire life, which one should it be? Yeah, for me, if I have to choose one, I would say mangoes. Yeah, mango. Or, yeah, I would stick with that. Mango. Gotta love mango.
That one
You're in for a surprise. There's like shrimp and sweet potatoes and corn on it.
That sounds like my kind of pizza. What's your hobbies?
My hobbies are playing with friends and playing video games.
Oh, you play video games?
Yes.
What kind of video games do you like?
I play Roblox.
All right, so let me see. Next one. Would you rather swim in a pool of Nutella?
Oh yeah, on this topic of because one of the ladies asked how long he can actually train. Can he be a bodybuilder for his entire life? So I want to take some time to point out some of the oldest bodybuilders, and some of them are actually still alive. He mentioned Arnold Schwarzenegger, of course. He's still alive, still going to the gym, still bodybuilding. She's one of the world's oldest female bodybuilder. I think she's about, let me see, how old is her? How old is she? Let's see. I can find it quickly. But she's very active for her age. Oh yeah, here we are. Age 71 years old. Still bodybuilding, still training. And let's see someone that is more familiar. Of course, the body is not gonna look the same. Okay, here, 85 years old, bodybuilding. Yeah, of course, the body is not gonna look the same. The size is not gonna be the same. But the fact of the matter is, they still have the ability, the capability to still train, to go to the gym. Oh, this is impressive. 75-year-old. Like this 75-year-old body. I mean, let's decline this here. Yeah. He looked good for his age, you know? So when it comes to training, dreaming, or just bodybuilding as a whole, you can do it until you die, until you are truly unable to do it. Yeah, 81-year-old. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think I've seen. Let's see, 60-year-old. It's not too late to lose weight because she's 60 years old and now she's, super fit. All right, let's see anyone further. The last one, I think we've had her before. Here, 80 years old. 80 years old bodybuilder. Yeah, of course, like I said, the body doesn't look the same, I mean, as in comparison when she was younger or young, but muscles are still there. And who knows how long do they have to live? Because a lot of the time, and multiple streams that I've done before, I've talked about how muscle building, how it prolongs your life. Training, how it prolongs your life. So who knows? But this is, very interesting here. So let's get back to the reacting.
Ella or a pool of maple syrup?
I can't swim at all, so I think if it's a Nutella, it's pizza.
If you could. Pizza? Okay, okay. Have you had pizza?
Yeah, because Arnold right now, he's 78.
Yeah, because that was the question here. She asked.
For you that I'm concerned about as I'm getting older. How do you manage pain, like joint pain and inflammation?
What we tend to do is, you know, I'm always on joint supplements, but the most thing is being able to recognize and be careful what you do.
Can you continue to bodybuild and work out until you're like 60, 70 or older? Or?
Yeah, because Arnold right now, he's 78. You probably won't be able to do it at the level of competitively.
Yeah.
But you can carry on doing it in the gym and just staying in that, you're trying to keep young by being very active, you know. I think the gym I go to, there's a guy that's been there, he goes, man, he was 98. And he comes to the gym still with his walking stick, and he goes on the treadmill and he walks for 20 minutes. So for me, I'm like, wow, I look at that and go, man, okay, yeah, I get it.
He's an inspiration.
Yeah, definitely.
And I wanted to ask you, like, if you could magically have like some kind of junk food that did not affect prep, what would you just eat forever?
Pizza.
If you could. Pizza? Okay, okay. Have you had pizza here in Korea yet?
I have not. That one I haven't.
You're in for a surprise.
Oh, I was wrong. This is not Chinese. This is actually Korean. All right, I need to learn my languages, bro. All right.
There's like shrimp and sweet potatoes and corn on it.
That sounds like my kind of pizza. What's your hobbies?
My hobbies are playing with friends and playing video games.
Oh, you play video games?
Yes.
What kind of video games do you like?
I play Roblox.
All right, so let me see. Next one. Would you rather swim in a pool of Nutella or a pool of maple syrup?
I can't swim at all, so.
Which one? Maybe for me, I'll choose maple syrup. Maple syrup, Nutella is too dense. Maybe like swimming in Nutella might be like swimming in quicksand. And yeah, I think I'll choose maple syrup. It'll be more liquid-like. I'll be more able to, swim better. Which one would you choose? Nutella to swim and Nutella, or to swim and maple syrup?
I think if a Nutella is thick enough, I might be able to crawl through. Muscles don't float too well.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
You would sink.
Like a rock.
How do you do workout when you're traveling? And diet would be like the managing things. It would be hard for you?
I mean, it's harder when you're traveling, I think. But what happens now, you know, with technology now, it makes the world an easier place. So you open Google Maps, you can find the closest gym.
Yeah, okay.
Very quickly. You can find where you can get foods and what kind of food they serve.
This is very helpful because in my video, in my live stream that I made about Duke Dennis and his fitness journey, I was talking about, because one of the problems, I was talking about the problems that he's experiencing so far with his fitness journey that he just started this year. He put out the video. I'm not sure if he filmed it last year or this year, but the video is brand new this year, January 2025. And one of the problems that I identify with him, because he says that he's always traveling, he's always on the road, and the challenge for him would be to how he's gonna stay consistent at the gym while at the same time traveling. So now a professional bodybuilder is gonna tell us the secret. What is his secret to manage traveling from different places, from places to places, and at the same time being able to train and stay fit and keep the level that he's in at the moment, and or keep elevating
very quickly? So with those kind of things, it helps you sort of plan. You always have to plan well ahead before you do it.
Let's see.
How do you do workout when you're traveling? And diet would be like the managing things. It would be hard for you?
I mean, it's harder when you're traveling, I think. But what happens now, you know, with technology now, it makes the world an easier place. So you open Google Maps, you can find the closest gym.
Yeah, okay.
Very quickly. You can find where you can get foods and what kind of food they serve very quickly. So with those kind of things, it helps you sort of plan. You always have to plan well ahead before you do it.
Let's see. My last question that I want to ask you: do you do any other sports besides?
I used to play rugby. I used to play that a lot. But in the early days, I was doing both at the same time, and I stopped with this. And Lord knows, I ended up doing this as a living.
So
please like and share the stream, guys. Thank you.
This okay, this is an actual serious
Yeah.
one. How would you like to be remembered when people look back and see your career and your life, just all of it?
I think
That's a very good question.
you know, I hope that I'm able to inspire people in my future with what I've done and say, look, this is what happens if you've gone through trials and you just don't give up and you believe in your goal and you really do everything you can to achieve it.
That's lovely.
Thanks.
I know you must be inspiring so many people. Thank you.
thank
You gave me energy too. So
That's cool.
thank you,
That's cool.
Samson.
Yeah,
That
okay,
was
thanks.
marvelous.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm like scared.
Can I shake your hand?
One thing I always ask myself, because I think he didn't really, he mentioned it he brushed over it very slightly, but as a bodybuilder, you know, he's very big, massive, and for some people, to a big amount of people, he can seem very, how should I say this, intimidating. People can be thinking that, oh, he's gonna do something to me, or, you know, make people feel afraid, of course. You know, how do we deal with this? Because I can imagine this basically, if you don't know about it, you know, if somebody is not in his vicinity, in his area, he wouldn't know, okay, whether they feel afraid or scared or, you know, or intimidated by him. And at the same time, it's not something that he can actually help. Basically, he's big, and basically this is his goal, this is his lifestyle. So how he cannot put his lifestyle aside or away because of people's, you know, feelings about him. You know, this is one thing I really want to understand, because how do we deal with people feeling intimidated by him? I guess, well, I think one of the things that he does is basically, he said it as well, thinking back on this video, is that his voice, he tried not to have a deep voice. He trying to soften his voice a little as much as he can, so he doesn't sound too intimidating, and for people to just calm people around him. And yeah, I think that's one of the methods that he used. But moving on.
Of course.
Do I come too?
There you go. Nice speaking to you.
Yes, very nice speaking to you
No.
too.
So nice to meet you.
Just like, I mean, like the little girl, she was kind of like scared.
Likewise, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So Samson, thank you so much for appearing on my.
And that was the reaction of Samson. Well, he goes with, you know, his physique goes with the name Samson. All right, so that was the main event. Samson, a bodybuilder, how different women reacts to him, and something I would like to do more in the future, because, you know, a lot of the time, like I said, when you're bodybuilding, when you are training, all of the time is your bros, males, who gonna give you the most conversation about, okay, what is your training routine, what is your secret, how many times you train per day, per week. And it's good to hear something different for like basically hear the ladies hear what their thoughts are on this matter. So let's dive a bit deeper. Now we're gonna go to this.
For the last 2 years, everybody's always asked me, what's that thing on your arm?
And this is all connected because we first started talking about intermittent fasting and the benefits of it. And this is one problem that people are actually experiencing in their daily lives. Could be, you know, your friend, family. And intermittent fasting was something that is recommended to do to actually improve this situation. But what is the situation? Let's see.
At 16 years old, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. At first, I was super embarrassed and I always tried to hide it because I felt like everybody was staring. I was scared to be different, but most of all, I was scared of what people would think. But the truth is, what other people think does not matter. So now I like to think of it as my little superpower that keeps me in check. I mean, it literally checks my blood sugar levels. If this finally answered your question, then subscribe. For the last 2 years.
All right. So now we were talking about diabetes. moving forward.
What happens if you're a diabetic and you get the flu? It sucks being sick regardless. If you happen to have diabetes, it double sucks. And the reason is because not only are you not feeling good, controlling your blood sugars is super hard. You might not feel like eating and think, okay, I haven't eaten anything. I don't have to take my diabetes meds to counteract what those carbs would do. But it's actually...
All right, I want to talk about how to protect yourself from getting the flu. That could mean, in this situation, this scenario, he's talking about that he has diabetes. What happens? Basically he says it is a very terrible experience to actually go through. But still, at this moment of time, February, we are still in the period of the flu season. To protect yourself from getting the flu, follow these key steps. So the first thing that you want to do is to boost your immune system. By fueling your immune system, it gives your body the ability to protect and to fight for you. And how do you boost your immune system? You do this by eating basically what you consume. And this is one way, of course, but let's see this. So what are the things that you can consume to boost your immune system? Let's see this right here. 15 foods that boost the immune system. Again, I will put all these links in the description box. All right, let's see. All right, the first one, citrus fruits, and that has to do with oranges, everything that you can see here that will help to boost your immune system, because most people turn straight to vitamin C after they've caught a cold. But ideally, before, what you want to do, if you don't want to catch a cold, the way to not catch it is to be able to know when you are going to get it. So basically, how do you know when you're going to get a cold? A lot of the time, first thing you got to do is to listen to your body, to pay attention to your body, to see, to identify, are you feeling normal? Because if you, for example, you were at work, or you were in your activities, and you just enter your home, and you can think about it that, okay, I've seen some people in the area that they were coughing, they sneezing and all of these things. You know for sure, okay, you have been encountered, you came close to the flu bacteria and the viruses. So the next thing that you want to do, that's how you know. But you can feel it as well. You can feel that your body is just feels strange. That's within a minimum of 2 days time. That's when you can actually know, okay, I feel like, okay, that you're gonna, you feel that you're gonna cut up something. And that's the best time to boost your immune system. Not after, but you wanna boost your immune system, of course, during the days, daily. You want to be consuming some form of vitamin C, and a variation of different foods here that I'm going to present that you can actually, use as well to boost your immune system. And the second thing, the first way to not get the flu, I already said it, is to boost your immune system. And how do you do that? How do you know when you're going to catch the flu? A lot of the time is basically by listening to your body. And how do you feel if you don't feel normal? And how do you prevent yourself from getting the flu? When you feel that, okay, I don't feel normal, and based on the situation, you've encountered people, you've been out in public, there are people around. So the other thing is that you want to catch a flu first, quick, basically before it starts to act and simmer into your body. So I say a minimum of 24 hours, honestly. If a minimum of 24 hours time, you are able to consume a great amount of vitamin C, it will give you a fighting chance of, first, to not get the flu in general or at all, or to shorten the lifespan of the flu, or to basically to decrease the severity, how strong it is, what is the negative impact of the flu on your body. So doing this can actually lower the impacts that it has on your body. So let's get back to the type of things that you could eat, the food group that you can consume to boost your immune system. All right, we're gonna go through this very quickly. red bell peppers, broccoli, of course, garlic, ginger, spinach. Let's see. Let's move forward quicker. Almond. Almond is like the triple threat because we've seen it's high on fiber and it's high in protein, and at the same time it's high in vitamin C and in Ne. Sunflower seed, turmeric. Turmeric, you could never go wrong with turmeric. Green tea, papaya, kiwi, poultry. I don't know about that. Shellfish. I prefer from kiwi, basically from the fruits and vegetables. This is something that that's gonna be helpful to help you protect yourself from getting the flu. And the second thing that you want to do to help yourself, your body, to protect you from the flu is to practice good hygiene. Good hygiene, wash your hands frequently with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. So very quickly, you wash your hands with soap, and especially if you were outside, you were in public, or someone in your house has the flu, you want to protect yourself. So you want to practice good hygiene. And the other part is that you want to practice. And the talk of good hygiene is that also the best case scenario when you come from work, you want to protect yourself from the flu. The best case scenario is that when you come from work, you take a shower. If you cannot take a shower, you wash your face. By that I mean you wash your nose. You try to dig what is in there. I know that's kind of a bit nasty, but if you're gonna be in your shower alone, of course, for you gotta do what you gotta do. So now you wash your face, you blow your nose, you wash your eyes, and you try to wash your ears. So the reason why you're doing this is because these are open areas that viruses, bacteria can enter. And at the same time, you don't want them, we don't need these things because they are bad news. They make you sick, and we don't want that. So that's how you practice good hygiene. And maintain social distance, stay away from sick people. You already know that. If you didn't, this is a reminder. And the other part, the fourth ways that you can actually prevent yourself from getting the flu, especially at this moment, is to cover cough and sneezes. Use a tissue or your elbow to cover your mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing. Well, that's actually more for other people, but it's good to be caring for other people, to not just pass it to other people. And then, because a lot of the times, sometimes that can be the case that you had the flu, you pass it to somebody else, it's gone, and the person passes it to you back, and then you get it again. That sucks. All right, the fifth thing that you could do to prevent yourself from getting the flu is to improve air quality. Improve air quality. Open window and door to improve endo ventilation, because you can imagine we need fresh air in our lungs to survive. So the better quality air that we are inhaling, the better it is for you. So number six. Take care of your overall health. Eat a balanced diet and stay hydrated. Again, very simple. That's very straightforward. Let's say the seventh way to prevent yourself from getting the flu is to clean and disinfect. Regularly clean and disinfect frequent touch surfaces. Like it could be, everything that you touch in your house, or when people enter, when you have your guests, or kids or your family members, you want to keep such surfaces, you want to keep them clean, away, free of bacteria and viruses. And basically, by combining these preventative measures, you can significantly reduce your risk of contracting the flu. All right, so now let's get back to this. What
happens if you're a diabetic and you get the flu? It sucks being sick regardless. If you happen to have diabetes, it double sucks. And the reason is because not only are you not feeling good, controlling your blood sugars is super hard. You might not feel like eating and think, okay, I haven't eaten anything. I don't have to take my diabetes meds to counteract what those carbs would do. But it's actually the opposite. And the reason is, when you get sick, your body will release a number of hormones in association with that sickness. Things like growth hormone, epinephrine, cortisol. All of those are actually going to make your blood sugars go up, regardless of what you eat or put in your body. So you're not feeling well, you're sick, you're not eating anything, and your blood sugar's going up without eating anything. Your levels are going to be a lot harder to control when you're sick because of that particular reason, and you need to be more on top of checking where your blood sugar levels are, or if you have a CGM, making sure that you're watching where that's going. I'm going to be releasing another video talking about, if you're using a CGM, there are some specific medicines you want to avoid or be aware of how they're going to interfere with that CGM. Anyway, I've been a type 1 diabetic for 36 plus years. If you know anyone who's a diabetic, please share this information with them. I'm going to keep putting out content about diabetes. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, sir. Okay, so that was about diabetes and how getting the flu as a diabetic person is sucks, and also, most importantly, the things that you can do, the different activities that you can do to prevent yourself from actually getting the flu. All right, so now let's switch up the topic. Let's go to something that some people, sometimes you can have it, you just don't know. Is it a disease? Can I say it's a disease though? Or maybe it's just a condition that after actually, learning about this condition, I'm maybe convinced that maybe I get it. Maybe I have it. And maybe for you too, it's something that you might, after watching this, you might say, okay, maybe I have it too. But this is not the video yet, but let's get to this.
Whew, man, it's been a long day. I'm ready.
Life with ADHD. How is life with ADHD? That's not particularly per se me, but I can imagine almost all of us have these moments sometimes.
Take a shower so I can lay down and relax. Ooh, I gotta do some laundry. I might as well do it real quick. It's not gonna take too long. It's gonna take like, 30 seconds max? I might as well just do it real quick. Oh, man, not again, bro. I hate when this happens, man. Like, why don't people just kick the ice under the fridge? I don't get it. Damn, the trash full. I might as well take it out real quick. It's not gonna take too long. If I don't do it, nobody else will, so I'll just do it real quick. It's all good. Damn, no more trash bags. Do I really want to go to the store right now?
So basically, nothing get actually done. He's moving from one thing to the next and just, not finishing what he needs to do.
I might as well. I got some other stuff to grab anyway. I need to get some more dish soap. Wait, that's right, the shower. I'll just take a shower first and then go to the store after that. That way where's my hand? Oh yeah, the laundry. I forgot. Okay, so I'm gonna do that first, then I'm gonna take a shower, then go to the store.
Yeah, it is what it is. How many of you actually, go through this experience?
Whew, man, it's been a long day. I'm ready to take a shower.
All right. This video actually talk about some of the things. How do you know if you have ADHD? This video actually talk about that, how to know, but after really analyzing and watching the video, I'm thinking that sheesh, maybe all of us have ADHD, and I'll show you why. Because maybe it is the disease that's why I say it's not a disease or the condition that everybody has.
Whew, man, it's been a long day.
Here are 8 hidden signs of ADHD. 1. You obsessively replay the same song until you get bored of it. Your brain
don't almost all of us do that? So is it like you repeat? Sometimes you have a moment, you find a song or you remember one of the songs, a number that you actually really like, and you just keep playing it over and over again until you get tired of it and you move to the other one.
Saves dopamine, and the song provides a temporary boost. 2. You quickly lose interest in relationships once the excitement fades. After the honeymoon phase, dopamine levels drop, making you seek new stimulation elsewhere. 3. You consume a lot of caffeine. You're unknowingly self-medicating. Caffeine enhances dopamine receptor activity, helping you stay focused. 4.
How is that really? Because so many people drink coffee. If coffee is it the second most popular drink? But coffee is like something that everybody drinks, or almost everybody drinks. Is very common. So does that mean they have ADHD?
You get easily frustrated when forced to wait. Your brain anticipates.
I mean, who appreciate waiting? I mean, yeah. So that's why I say maybe I'm dealing with ADHD. I don't even know.
Delayed stimulation, triggering impatience and irritability. 5.
Okay. I mean, it really depends. If somebody is making you wait for hours, I can imagine you're not going to be happy about that. So does that mean that you have ADHD now?
Start many projects but struggle to complete them. The thrill of beginning something new is exciting, but motivation often dwindles as tasks become routine. 6. You procrastinate frequently. Your brain naturally gravitates toward enjoyable activities, pushing tedious tasks aside. 7. You overcommit and regret it later.
Yeah, that's a human being thing.
Impulsivity leads to saying yes before considering the effort required. 8. You rely on last-minute pressure to get things done. Your brain's...
Yeah, that's like studying when you got an exam next week and this is the week that you start studying. Is that ADHD though?
Struggles with motivation until urgency kicks in. The adrenaline rush from looming deadlines increases dopamine levels, making it easier to focus and complete tasks at the last possible moment.
All right. Well, for me, I'm not really sure about that one, but I'm so not sure because there's so many things that it's just as human being. Let's say, for example, coffee. You just drink coffee. So drinking coffee is like, that means that you are ADHD, or not liking to wait, not in favor of waiting for a long period of time for whatever circumstance it be. Does that mean that you are ADHD? You know, you're dealing with ADHD, but I prefer this one.
Ooh, man, it's been a long day.
This
I'm ready
one,
to take a shower so I can lay down and relax.
This one actually, pointed out even like more precisely. But let's get down to this. Okay, how can I improve my mental health? Let's say people who are dealing with ADHD, some of the things that that he actually portrayed in this video. How to improve your mental health. Because a lot of the time, it's not only about ADHD, but in general, it's not only about ADHD, but in general, you want to be able to improve your mental health if the time comes that your mental health is not where you want it to be. So how can I improve my mental health? So to improve your mental health, you can implement several effective strategies to do this. The first thing that you want to do is to practice mindful meditation, if that's something that you can do. But I would list a few things here, so you can choose whichever one works for you best, and yeah, try to apply it in your life to improve your mental health. I was talking about practice mindfulness meditation, regular mindfulness, practice can reduce stress, anxiety, and depression symptoms while enhancing overall emotional well-being. All right, a lot of the time, some people, we don't know what is actually mindfulness meditation. How to meditate. It could be a lot of different meditation, but let's go right into it. So if you guys are interested in this, we can, you can read it. I'll put all the links, of course, in the description after I've done this upload, after I close off in this live stream. So let's get right into how to do it. Here are 10 reasons to meditate. Okay, but maybe that could be helpful. 10 reasons why you should meditate: understand your pain, lower your stress, connect better, improve focus, reduce brain chatter. Well, is that actually possible? I mean, we're always talking to ourselves. I mean, some of us. Enhance emotional health, increase self-awareness, promote better sleep. That's handy. Boost immunity, support mental resilience. But we are here to see How to meditate? First, take a seat, of course. Set a time limit, you know. Notice your body. You can sit in the chair, you feel the floor. You can sit loose, cross legs, if that's actually, because a lot of the time we can think, especially when it comes to meditation, seems like to do meditation, we have to be always sitting in a cross leg position, but you can just sit normal. Feel your breath. Follow the sensation of your breath as it goes in and as it goes out. Notice when your mind has wandered. Inevitably, your attention will leave. Okay, let me just zoom this a little bit. That's it here. Yeah. All right, let me read it from here. Your attention will leave the breath and wander to the other place, to other places. When you get around and notice that your mind has wandered, in a few seconds, a minute, 5 minutes, simply return your attention to the breath. All right, so that's a trick right here you can use. Be kind to your wandering mind. So basically accept it. Don't judge it. You know? Close with kindness. So when you are ready, gently lift your gaze and your eyes are closed, open them. Take a moment and notice any sound in the environment. Notice how your body feels right now. Notice your thoughts and emotions. So basically, be in the moment as well. And these were the 7 things that you can do to how to meditate. And meditation is, of course, is a practice. It's something that you constantly practice. It's not like you're gonna be good at it by the first times that you actually go about doing it, but it is something that is very helpful if you're trying to have a positive mindset or healthy mental health. So now, the second thing that you can do to have a healthy mental health, to improve your mental health, is to engage in physical activity. I think you guys knew this was already common, because physical activity, exercising release endorphin, which are natural mood lifters, and reduce stress hormone. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate intensive exercise most days of the week. So it could be you could go to the gym, yeah, but it could be also that you don't have time to go to the gym. It could be that you go for a walk or some form of, basically do some form of physical activity that would really help you, and not staying indoors all day. Or if you stay indoors all day, try to find the other day after, go out, get some fresh air, go for a walk, or try to schedule in even though it's cold right now, it's winter right now, try to find time that you can actually go outside, get some fresh air and go for a walk. So now, the third thing that you could do to improve your mental health is to prioritize sleep, because a lot of the time if you are not have gotten enough sleep, your mental health is going to suffer because of that. So you want to establish a regular sleep routine and create a sleep-friendly environment to ensure quality sleep, as good sleep is crucial for mental health. So you want to have a good environment for mental health, for sleep. All right, so what does that look like? How do you have a good environment for your sleep? Bedroom environment. What elements are important in your bedroom environment? Temperature. So you want to keep the temperature. Ideal temperature for sleep is 65 degrees Fahrenheit, or which is for us 18.3 degrees Celsius. Basically, to have your bedroom a bit cooler. Of course, noise. You don't want to have noise around. You probably have to wear some earplugs, or sometimes ambient sound or smooth music can help people to feel more relaxed, more soothing, to help you to sleep better or fall asleep faster. Light, the circadian rhythm. So basically, we already know, we've heard this multiple times before. If you want to try to fall asleep the quickest, having your phone with you, I mean, you can imagine if you're gonna be watching TikTok, just watching YouTube or whichever social media that or just chatting or just doing anything on your phone. Of course, your sleep, you're not gonna go sleep eventually or just directly. So that's definitely gonna affect your sleep. And one key thing also you can do is to have your bedroom dark. Always keep it dark because and yeah, especially if you're not gonna be going in your bedroom daily and or throughout the day because you want to have your bedroom as dark as possible. So the moment that you enter your bedroom, that your body is already ready to know, okay, it's time to sleep. And your bedroom is dark, you just have to go and lay your head and fall asleep, or it's gonna make it easier for you to fall asleep. So to have a dark room as much as possible. Yeah, so we was talking about sleep. You want to have in your bedroom also, you want to have a particular type of lights that can help you to basically, yeah, different lights that can help you to have better sleep. All right, what color light is better for sleep? Red, orange, and yellow are better for preparing the mind and body for sleep. For me, what I normally use, the color that I use the most is red. For like at nighttime, I just use red light, and of course yellow and orange. But the primary one that I use is red. And all right, of course you want to have a good mattress and bedding. You want to have a comfortable mattress if you want to fall asleep and you want to stay asleep. So that was one of the third thing that you could do to improve your sleep. So the other thing that you can do to improve your mental health, the fourth point is build strong social connections. Spend time with friends and family and loved ones, nurture relationships, and seek support when needed. Because a lot of the time, especially people who are loners, a lot of the time, it wouldn't hurt, to just basically, try to have some form of, social interaction, social connection. And I know some people are not social, but sometimes, it can be just basically good for your mental health. It's not, I understand you probably don't, it's not your preference, but, think about your mental health. Think about the silence behind, your physicality. It needs some form of activity, some form of action that can help it to be most how should I say this? Most ideal basically. So building a strong social connection. The fifth thing you want to do is practice gratitude. Take each day to reflect on things you are grateful for, which may shift your focus away from negativity. That's one thing we're gonna talk about as well, negativity. We're gonna see how negativity affects health situation. Basically, of course, you want to see as much positive. You want to invite as much positivity in your life as possible. Because, I mean, negativity is it can be very useless sometimes. So the sixth thing you want to do, try relaxation technique. Incorporate methods such as progressive muscle relaxation, deep breathing exercise, or guide imagery to manage stress. That's something also that is a mouthful. And progressive muscle exercise, muscle relaxation. I'm gonna put this PDF in the description where you can actually go through it and you can read it in your own time, because it's very detailed actually. And it's a relaxation sequence, what you could do to get your body to relax. Because a lot of the time when it comes to you're feeling anxious, anxiety, can make you, being fearful can make you can make the body very tense, So a lot of the time during the tension, it can make you have achy neck. Your muscle becomes sore because it's always tense. So it gives you, your neck is painful, muscle ache, lower back ache, and headache, for example. Different aches around your body that that is not that you wouldn't normally get if you were relaxed. So practicing relaxation techniques could be something that could be helpful for you. All right. The other thing that you want to do is to get outdoor. I already talked about this. To spend as little as 10 minutes outside can improve your overall mood and lessen the effects of stress. Because especially when you get fresh air through your lungs and you are seeing the different trees, the different colors, the different activities, life, basically. When you see life, that helps you to have a different perspective and, basically to improve your mental health. And maintain, this is not right now, but all right. So the eighth thing that you want to do is to maintain a healthy diet. Of course, this comment, because you want to have a healthy mindset, you want to have a healthy mental health. Of course, you want to maintain a healthy diet. Eating well can positively impact your mental health and overall well-being. Because a lot of the time, there's a saying that when you put in good stuff, you get good stuff out, right? And especially for your hormones, for your hormonal balance, you want to give your body the fuel that it needs to actually produce the hormones that you need throughout the day to keep your hormonal levels balanced. And the ninth, we are almost finished. The ninth thing that you want to do, I know maybe it might be difficult for some people, limit caffeine and alcohol, especially close to bedtime, as they can interfere with sleep quality. Because we already identify when it comes to improving your mental health, you wanna get enough sleep. Caffeine and alcohol, I mean, of course, that if it's almost time to go to sleep, you don't want to be drinking coffee. You don't want to be consuming anything that is caffeinated. At the same time, alcohol, some people say or think or feel that alcohol will help them to fall asleep or to stay asleep, but actually it doesn't. It might help you to fall asleep, but when it comes to sleep quality, there's a difference. It basically decrease your sleep quality, which is not good. So try to limit these things before going to sleep or when it's gonna be bedtime. The 10th and last thing that you're gonna do is to disconnect regularly for your mental health. Take break from smartphone and constant digital connectivity to reduce stress and improve face-to-face interaction. That's a very important thing as well, because on this day of time, especially like right now, I'm in front of screens, and I'm using screens to actually help me to have the stream ready for you guys and to interact with you guys. And the constant stream of notification and updates can create a tense or urgency and a fear of missing out, FOMO, leading to increased anxiety and stress. Furthermore, the excessive use of smartphone can interfere with sleep, which is crucial for mental health. So if this is definitely why you want to take some time to to disconnect and just to connect with people face to face, without social media, without basically your devices, your phone, your technology in between us. Because a lot of the time there's always something, the phone is between you, and when you're talking with somebody or interacting with somebody, try to limit that as much as possible. And remember, if you are struggling with mental health issues, don't hesitate to go and get professional help, because you might be going through a situation and this might not be enough. This is just a tip that you could use to improve your mental health. Therapy, all of these things that can be treatment for your mental health. So take it very seriously. Now, moving on, this was how can I improve your mental health? So now, moving on. We are just about the closing of the show. Now we're gonna talk about diabetes, because this is one of the things.
Man, it's been a long day. I'm ready to take a shower so I can lay down.
ADHD.
I gotta do some laundry. I might as well do it real quick. It's not gonna take too long. It's gonna take like, what, 30 seconds max? You know, I might as well just do it real quick. Oh, man, not again, bro. I hate when this happens, man. Like, why don't people just kick the ice under the fridge? I don't get it. Damn, the trash full. I might as well take it out real quick. It's not gonna take too long. You know, if I don't do it, nobody else will, so I'll just do it real quick. It's all good. Damn, no more trash bags. Do I really want to go to the store right now? I might as well. I got some other stuff to grab anyway. I need to get some more dish soap. Wait, that's right, the shower. I'll just take a shower first and then go to the store after that. That way where's my hand? Oh yeah, the laundry. I forgot. Okay, so I'm gonna do that first, then I'm gonna take a shower, then go to the store.
So it can be fair to say that almost all of us have ADHD to some degree. All right, so now we're gonna get to the closing topics of the show. We are almost at the end of the stream. If you're watching, please like, share, and like the stream and subscribe to the channel. Thank you. All right, so now the closing topic.
He said, if you gave me a choice between becoming diabetic and becoming HIV positive, I would choose to become HIV positive, because if you become HIV positive and you get treatment, you live as long as everyone else. That is not true of type 2 diabetes. If you're obese, you're much more likely to get diabetes, right? But I thought until I did the research for my book, okay, diabetes is not a good thing. Obviously, I'm talking about type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is not a good thing, but as long as you've got health insurance, you know, you get insulin, you're basically like everyone else. I thought a diabetic plus regular insulin is like you or me. That's not true at all. Diabetes knocks 15 years off your life on average. You know, and if you're obese when you're 18, you have a 70% chance of becoming diabetic in your life.
This is crazy because a lot of people don't know what diabetes is. Because diabetes refers to a group of diseases that affects how the body uses blood sugar, which is glucose. Glucose is an important source of energy for the cells that makes up the muscle tissues, the muscles and tissues. It is also the brain's main source of fuel. The main cause, because a lot of the time, you know, some people, what causes people to have diabetes? That's a really good question, because a lot of the time we don't know this. The main cause of diabetes vary by type to type. But no matter what type of diabetes you have, it can lead to excessive sugar in the blood. So diabetes can also be just very simply said, too much sugar in your blood. Too much sugar in your blood can lead to various serious health problems. And there are chronic diabetes condition types 1 diabetes and type 2 diabetes. So diabetes can be separated. It is separated in 2 types, type 1 and type 2. And potentially reversible diabetes condition includes pre-diabetics, gestational diabetes, and predictable. I think one thing that is very important to know, some symptoms. How do you know when you actually are diabetics? Some symptoms of type 1 and type 2 diabetes: feeling more thirsty than usual. That's one of the things. Urinating often, losing weight without trying. Presence of ketones in the urine. Well, I don't know, much people don't know what ketones are. Ketones are a byproduct of the breakdown of muscle and fat that happens when there are not enough available insulin. Feeling tired and weak, feeling irritable or having other mood changes, having blurry vision, having slow healing sores, getting a lot of infections such as gum, skin, and vagina of infections. So these are the symptoms of how to know if you are diabetic, because a lot of the time people don't know. And so a lot of the causes of diabetes can be, let me put it this way, is that here. I was reading this right here. The exact cause of most type of diabetes are unknown. In all cases, sugar buildup in the bloodstream. This is because of the pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin. Both type 1 and type 2 diabetes may be caused by the combination of genetic or environmental factors. Because a lot of the time they say, all right, here I am. It has to do with family members, type 1 diabetes. So you can get it from family members if these antibodies. And also, there is something that is some race and ethnicity also may have a rise your risk of developing type 2 diabetes, although it's unclear why, but maybe it can be related to genetic. Some people are more prone to develop type 2 diabetes, which include, blacks, Hispanics, American Indian, and Asian American people. Basically, Afro people, Hispanic, Afro people again, Indians, and Asian are at higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. This is suck. But it is life. Sometimes it's really suck.
He said, if you gave me a choice between becoming...
Type 2 diabetes is very severe because as he's explaining right here, the severity of it.
Diabetes. If you're obese, you're much more likely to get diabetes, right? But I thought until I did the research for my book, okay, diabetes is not a good thing. Obviously, I'm talking about type 2 diabetes. Diabetes is not a good thing, but as long as you've got health insurance, you get insulin, you're basically like everyone else. I thought a diabetic plus regular insulin is like you or me. That's not true at all. Diabetes knocks 15 years off your life on average. And if you're obese when you're 18, you have a 70% chance of becoming diabetic in your life. And diabetes causes horrendous problems. It's one of the biggest preventable causes of blindness in the Western world. More people here in the US have to have a limb or an extremity amputated because of diabetes than because they got shot. And you will have noticed a lot of us get shot.
Yeah, this is, it is some news that we don't really, it is bad news. But I think the question that we got to ask ourselves, if you knowing this, how to lower your chances of getting diabetes. This is one of the key things important question that we got to ask. To prevent diabetes, especially type 2 diabetes, you can take several actionable steps to do that. The first thing that you want to do is to maintain healthy weight, because one of the things that he actually mentioned as well, if you are 18 years old and you are obese, you have a higher chance of becoming diabetic. And losing excessive weight can significantly reduce your risk of developing diabetes. And how much weight should you actually lose? How much weight should you actually lose? Aim to lose 7 to 10% of your body weight if you are overweight or obese. I would say a bit more, as much as you can, but the minimum should be 7 to 10% of your body weight to lose, to actually, prevent yourself, to lower the chances of getting diabetes. And the second thing that you want to do is eat a balanced diet. It's all come down to that. Choose complex carbohydrates over refined ones. Increase fiber intakes. I already spoke about earlier in the stream different sources of fiber. And so you get fibers to fruits, vegetables, and of course whole grain. Limit saturated and trans fat. Reduce added sugars and processed sugars. Choose lean protein and healthy fats. So this is the things that you really need to do to prevent yourself from developing diabetes, to lower the chances, if that's actually, possible in your life. Exercise. The third thing that you want to do, exercise regularly. Aim at least 150 minutes, almost 2 hours of exercise a week. Moderate intensive aerobic activities per week. But I would say definitely try to get as much exercise daily as you can. It can be just basically going for a walk, and that will drastically help you in this. And stay hydrated. Choose water over sugary drinks, because already we know that diabetes, what it's really about is having too much sugar in your blood. So you want to definitely limit the amount of sugary drinks that you actually consume. And you want to limit your alcohol consumption, of course, and you want to monitor the sixth thing that you, the fifth thing I said, alcohol consumption, to limit it, to reduce it. And the sixth thing that you want to do is to monitor and control your blood sugar level, especially if you are pre-diabetic. And this can mainly be done by you going to your healthcare professional and decide to check your blood sugar level. And of course, this is always the case. You need to get enough sleep. This is number 7. Get enough sleep and maintain stress levels effectively, because you want to get enough sleep and you want to also maintain your stress level. This is very key, because a lot of these things, if you are not getting enough sleep or not managing your stress level, that can make you, push you to eat more unhealthy food, that which is basically, not good. So the last thing that you could do to lower your risk of developing diabetes is to regularly health check at your health provider. Because early detection of pre-diabetics can be prevent and a progression. Oh, wait, let me do this again. Early detection of pre-diabetics can be helped it by preventing type 2 diabetes. So basically, the earlier you can identify that you are pre-diabetic, and the earlier you can prevent yourself from developing diabetes type 2, which is a good news. By implementing these lifestyle changes, you can significantly reduce your risk of developing diabetes and improve your overall health, which is the goal here, right? Because this is the main thing that we are trying to do right here. So
he said, if you gave me a choice between becoming diabetic and becoming...
And we've mentioned the severity of it, the negativity of it, the reason why you don't want to get it, because definitely not. Don't want to actually be, have to suffer with it. But sometimes we don't have a choice. But if you do have a choice, these are the things that you could do to actually lower your chances of developing it. Now, the last closing topic is on the topic of positive thinking versus negative thinking. Check yourself, which one are you? Which one is most helpful for you? And I believe positive thinking is more helpful than negative thinking. So what's the reason why?
The don't worry, be happy people died the earliest from accidents and preventable illnesses.
I've always hypothesized that negative thinking wasn't good for you. But you're telling me that there's studies and research you've done which highlight that to be the case.
Decreases activity in your prefrontal cortex. And you have to go, is it the chicken or the egg? But if you have low activity in your prefrontal cortex, you're going to be more negative. And so people who have ADHD, which have decreases in their prefrontal cortex, they're often conflict seeking, like they poke other people. It's a stimulant. And we just published this huge study on negativity bias, and it's not good for your frontal lobes. And so I love doing positivity bias training.
Yeah, for me, I prefer to be positive than negative. Okay, how to become, this is the question, how to become more positive. To become more positive, you need to incorporate different techniques and exercises in your daily life, because it's a daily, being positive, it's a daily routine, because life is full of negativity, and a lot of the time these negativities can overflow and overwhelm us and attach to us regardless if whether we want it or not. So now the first thing what you want to do is to express and practice gratitude. Gratitude journaling. How do you do that? By gratitude journaling. So regularly write down things you are grateful for, shifting your focus to abundance in your life. Because a lot of the time we tend to focus on negativities of the things that are not going right in our lives, while there are other things that are going right in our lives. Let's focus on these. Journal them if you have to. Be specific and reflect on why you are grateful for each items in your list. And also you can there's another technique that you could use, the 3 good things technique, which is at the end of each day, think about 3 things that went well, write them down with detail, and reflect on why they happened and how you contribute to them. So this is the 3 good technique. And the second thing that you can do to become more positive is to challenge negative thoughts. Because if you can imagine the negative thoughts as something that you don't want, it should be something that you should challenge to get out of your mind, to get out of your life whenever it happens, whenever it comes. Because again, being positive, it's a daily activity, it's a daily mental exercise. So you want to challenge negative thoughts. Identify and question negative thoughts. When a negative thought pops up in your mind, what you want to do, you want to challenge its validity. Ask yourself if the thought is truly realistic and replace it with a more positive perspective. Because all the time we are creative and creating our own scenarios, our own ceremonies in our own head. But a lot of the time, it can be very far from the truth, very far from reality. So you really need to have this mental balance, this mental regulation to make sure that when these negative thoughts happen, that they are valid to have. And basically that can also help you to spend less thoughts or less time on negative thinking or negativity and focus more on positivity. And how do you do that? Is by having positive self-talk. Treat yourself with kindness and encouragement. Reframe negative statement into positive one, because again, just like we are creative in finding negativity or replaying negative scenarios in our minds, but at the same time we are also creative and playing and repeating positive ones. So now let's see what else he has.
Train all of my patients. Start every day. Today is going to be a great day. I mean, somebody asked me today if I believe in manifestation. Sort of. I think you have to tell your brain what you want, and then you.
Sure. You want to focus on positivity, and by that you want to surround yourself with positivity. Seek out good news, uplifting music, and all movies that are positive. Search for positive aspects in your daily life. That's very helpful. Think positive about your past. This is also something, because a lot of the time whenever we think about our past, we can imagine the worst things that has happened to us, because for some reason negativity seems to have a heavier toll in our psyche. And to be positive, we need to reminisce on good memories, reflect on what you learn, and feel grateful for the positive aspect of your past, because that will be more helpful to you. Remember, a lot of the time negativity is just a waste of time. Thinking positive about the present, pay attention to what is going well, because all the time, again, we are easier to focus on what is going wrong rather than what is going well. And try to shape your perspective on challenging circumstances by reframing the situation and looking for silver lining. Yeah. Think positively about the future. Stay optimistic. Hold positive expectations and focus on the good outcomes to come. And so let's say we took this from the past to the present and the future. So you want to think positive about the past and think positive about the future. Surround yourself with positivity and think positive about the present. Because again, it is a mental exercise, of course, but being negative is also a mental exercise. One is better for you, and the other is just take away the pleasure of life. Basically is wasting life. So moving forward,
your brain will figure out how to get it. And so if you go, today is going to be a great day, your brain starts looking like, well, why is today going to be a great day? And when you go to bed at night, went well today. That's so helpful to just start programming your brain to look for what's right, not just for what's wrong.
True, true. And another method that you could use to actually do this is to visualization. Visualize success. Vividly imagine yourself achieving your goals. Imagine the emotion associated with success and to motivate you. And best possible self exercise. Visualize and write down your ideal future. Include details about your goal, relationship, career, and personal growth. That's gonna be helpful for you. Reflect on the step you take reflect on the step that will take you to get to your future goal. That's gonna be a better way of actually using your time. And other helpful tips, I already have some helpful tips. Another way that you can actually help you to stay positive or to fight the negativity is to cognitive reappraisal. That's a term. It's called cognitive reappraisal exercise. Basically, what it's about, what it speaks on, is reframing situation to see them in a more positive light. Because it's almost like rewriting the past or rewriting your projection of the future, and paint a positive light on it. And practice finding the good and difficult scenarios, or think about the advice that you would give to make yourself feel better. Because a lot of the time, staying positive is something that you can only do yourself, because only you can have this conversation with your inner self. And it's a private conversation, and it's the best conversation that you can always have.
Virtually every depressed patient, I said, have a high negativity bias. And so training them to be more positive. Now, not irrationally, because you need some anxiety. People who have low levels of anxiety die early from accidents and preventable illnesses. So there's a study from Stanford. They started in 1921, and they looked at 1,548 10-year-old children. And they were looking for what goes with success, health, and longevity. And what they found was shocking. The don't worry, be happy people died the earliest from accidents and preventable illnesses. The people who lived the longest, the one theme was they were conscientious. If they said they were going to show up, and they showed up reliably, consistently, they lived longer than everyone else. The don't worry, be happy.
This is very helpful. And other helpful tips to still be more positive and to stay more positive in a world that can be filled sometimes with negativity, and is to do activities that you find joy in. Engage in your hobbies, whatever that could be, to help you to find positivity in your life. And a lot of the time, only you can actually find that, because it's what gives you joy. And celebrate your accomplishment. Take time to acknowledge and celebrate your accomplishment. That's both big and small accomplishment. Doesn't matter the size. Take time for that. And one thing for sure is that you want to surround yourself with people that are positive, because we all know this. We are who we hang around. The people who are around you, they're gonna have a huge impact in your life. So you wanna surround yourself with people who are positive, and practice self-compassion. So be kind and forgiving to yourself, because a lot of the time we are our worst, the person who judge ourselves the most. And a lot of the time that is not helpful. Forgive yourself for mistakes and learn from your past. That would be helpful. And another thing you want to do is to take it easy, relax, let things flow, and enjoy the present moment. Because a lot of the time we can develop negative thinking because we are so trying to control everything. Sometimes you just gotta relax, just calm, relax, and just let things happen. That can be more hopeful. And the last thing, the helpful tip, how to stay more positive: be thankful, acknowledge and appreciate what you have. Because again, there's a lot of, you can imagine there are places in this world right now, as you are watching this, and you know, in the comfort of your home or wherever you be, or wherever you are, there are people, there are countries right now, there's war. There are people who are just, you know, experiencing true negativity in their lives, true negative news in their lives. And, you know, we have the ability to be here, and we have the ability to, you know, to interact. And outside of the war, and outside of, you know, having to struggle to get the basic needs that you need. So be thankful and acknowledge and appreciate whether big or small, what you have. And the key thing of, you know, the key thing to actually be able to how to stay positive, one of the key things that you really want to do is to stay consistent, because like I said, it's a daily mental game. It's something daily that you need to do, and which means that you have to be consistent at it. And I've mentioned a lot of different things that you can actually do here, and which means that you have options to choose from. And there are some things that you definitely should not compromise on, like, say, for example, keeping positive people around you, thinking positivity, and trying to focus on, you know, positive aspects in your life. And by integrating these techniques into your life and your daily routine, can gradually contribute to a more positive and optimistic mindset. And again, this would help you even more to live even longer, and at the same time to hopefully, I would say it would be better that by doing this, you know, for sure there's a lot of negative activities that you would prevent, you know, yourself from actually entering. So I mean, this was it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Please like and follow, and until next time.